everyone. It's episode 2 of Sex, Snacks, and Cinema. I'm JoJo.
これは Dio.
Dio. So, Dio, how was your week?
Eat what? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna talk about that. It was very boring actually. I just worked all week.
Yeah, nothing.
No kinky adventures.
No kinky adventures.
How about you?
It was an interesting week.
Full of turmoil.
Non-existent kinky adventures,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, we won't touch on that. We'll leave that alone there. So, we have a pretty awesome guest coming on
Yes,
today.
I'm very excited for you to meet them. So
Yeah.
excited.
Should we just jump right into it?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right,
let's welcome Echo.
Yay! We don't have a live studio audience, so I'm just pretending over here.
Echo jingles.
Echo does jingle.
When you
Love
come
it.
in.
Yeah. All right, so we have a list of questions prepared, and then
Okay.
obviously we're just going to kind of fly off the handle and go our own way. So let's start with the first one. Echo, how do you identify?
I identify as fluid.
Okay.
I don't care what pronouns people use most of the time, but I definitely have pretty hard femme mode, pretty hard boy mode. And I get super tickled when I'm in boy mode and people actually address me that way.
Pardon me,
Yes.
sir. That's awesome. Okay, what are your sexual fetishes or kinks?
Well, sorry. I'm definitely into sub-dom play. Definitely pretty hard into the BDSM.
Are you a top or a bottom?
Definitely a bottom.
Ah, interesting.
Definitely a bottom.
Okay. Is that the only ones you're currently?
No, I've been exploring as much as I can. I've tried shibari recently. I'm definitely very into that.
I do
would
enjoy
love to try some more. But yeah, I'm exploring. So far there hasn't been a whole lot that I don't enjoy.
Okay. All right. You said you're exploring, trying new things. What have you always wanted to try?
Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed now that I'm actually doing
There's
this.
no need. There's no need. It's just
I think you're adorable.
it's
You're
just
alright.
us squirrel friends.
As far as things that I've always wanted to try, I recently checked the shibari off of that list.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. So when you were doing shibari, was it you tying or someone
It was
tying?
me being tied up.
And how long was was it real in depth? Was
No,
it like a
since it
suit?
was my first time doing it, we didn't go with full body,
Right.
and short bursts.
Was it arms?
I did arms, I
Okay.
did legs. We didn't do any suspension,
No suspension.
and I wasn't ever arms and legs at the same time. But I'm hoping next time.
Hot
just-
tie your
Yes.
ass.
just to see, to make sure that I can handle it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And you handled it.
Oh, very much.
I love the process of shibari. I think the
Yeah.
process itself is like a fucking
It's
tease.
so
Like,
exciting.
it's
It's so exciting.
There's
It's-
that build up.
It's been hard for me to find somebody to do it with because people just aren't patient enough for that.
There's a
I
level of
agree.
trust too.
There
is a level of
is.
trust
And
being tied up.
previously, I've never been restrained in a way that I couldn't get myself out of easily. So, but I have somebody trusted that I play that way with occasionally when he comes to town.
There you go. There you go. Nice. Okay, so what else have you wanted to try?
Well, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
so embarrassed
No, you're
talking about
good. You're
this.
good. We're working through it.
I know, right?
And take your time. You don't have to answer like
Yeah, no,
instantly.
you're good.
Right.
Human brains don't work that way.
Well, I definitely So I have a partner that recently we've had a couple of threesomes together, and I actually very much want to try being DP'd by him. I recently bought a strap-on specifically for that purpose, to be used on me.
Okay, so you want DP, but you don't care if it's male or.
I prefer male-female.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Now, DP, are you talking 2 in the hole or 2 in both, or one in
each?
One in each.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although 2 in the hole could be fun too.
That would be really fun.
It sounds so like.
It sounds like a lot.
I don't know how that would work.
Yeah.
But all that rubbing action, I thought would be
some crazy friction for sure.
But yeah, 2 in 1 could also be fun. Just something else.
Oh my god,
the logistics of
2 in 1 can also be fun.
Oh shit! Make some shirts.
That's quotable.
Make some t-shirts.
Totally quotable.
Fucking t-shirts, you guys. I'm on it.
Yeah, I recently tried fisting for the first time. Didn't quite make it all the way, but
did you get fisted or did you fist?
No, I got fisted.
Okay.
Wait.
We didn't make it the whole way front. Yes, front. Yeah.
Okay.
That can't handle that much.
Yeah, I'm with you on
The
that.
front, I wasn't sure if it could, but they
stretch.
Vaginas do crazy
They're
shit.
stretchy.
So.
Yeah.
Fisting's fun. I mean, fingering. There's a level of control and force you can use, but when you fist, there's so much more power behind that fist. You can really actually pound it.
Right. And the person I tried it with, I think if their hand was just a little smaller, then
it would have been.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that you're like fucking exploring shit. It's amazing. In a society that's like, no, sex is fucking bad and sex should be punished and watching porn you should feel guilty. It's like, fuck that.
No,
fuck
we
that.
should enjoy our bodies.
Absolutely.
We're only going to be here for a short time, so
do whatever you can.
Absolutely.
As long as it doesn't involve dogs or children.
Right.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that right.
Right.
If it involves dogs or children,
consenting adult humans,
not
only.
the show for you.
Unless it's a dog costume, then we might.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Furries are always welcome.
I have a story I'd like to share.
Yes, please.
So I went to Frolicon this year, which is a kink convention in Atlanta, and it was my first time going. I was just going to low-key observe, but I met up with this person that I had been talking to online previously, and we decided we were going to do the primal play, which is like sensual, animalistic wrestling, and room full of people, wrestling mat out, and as we're waiting our turn, somebody leans forward into my ear and just goes, woof. And I turn around and there's this good-looking man there in a dog mask and a harness, and I was just like, what's up, pup? Because I know furries, so I know how to address it.
Yeah.
And he does it again a moment later, and he says, woof. And the second time I turn around, I just give him a look,
He's pretty insistent.
Right. And he does it the third time, and he says,
Puppy needs manners.
woof, sis. And I realized that I've just run into my brother at a kink convention.
He runs in the fucking family, right? Oh, man.
So
I love that for you.
We split after that. He made sure to tell me what party he was at, so I would know which one not to come to.
That's the last thing you need to see, right?
So he had a wonderful time because everybody just pet him all weekend.
Aww.
It made me love the furries because he doesn't want to be a spoiled house dog, really. But
For real, like for real, I want to get some furries on. I'm like legit. I would love to get some furries in my dog house. We got treats. Give them scritchings, behind the ears.
yeah, tussle around a little bit.
Yeah, I'm all for it. So Frolicon is what, once a year?
Easter weekend every year.
In Atlanta.
Easter weekend. Yeah.
We have Easter off.
Sacrilege.
Everybody's go.
Yeah, we should film. We should film.
Oh my
we should
God.
bring and do like a city cam. Or
I don't know if they'll
If that's
allow
okay,
that because people are allowed
that's
to just
true.
be in whatever state of undress.
But we can talk about it after.
Are you ever allowed to
Yeah.
take pictures and stuff?
Definitely.
So I wonder if
there
you
were some
could
pictures
just.
taken on the dance floor. I know in the dungeon room, anybody even has their phone out, people pounce on them immediately. But
Yeah.
there's some areas.
No,
that
I mean
that's
just to
okay,
kind of
but-
walk through the halls and like
Yeah.
talk to
Yeah.
people randomly. Like.
I don't know. It was my first time. It was a lot of fun. I'm definitely going back next year.
So do you experience anything there that like just pulled you in a little bit?
Well, the dungeon room was definitely something I wanted to explore a little bit more, but didn't really have like the appropriate partner to do that with. And they had a good DJ. Well,
A good DJ.
a passable DJ. So when I ran out of, when I was like, I don't know what to do with myself, I just went and danced.
You're just
yeah, and I was only there for a night, but I did catch the fist off. And which I'm not sure if it was the fisters or the fisties competing, but it was highly entertaining.
How did that go?
Just watching this happen in front of a room full of 60 to 80 people, like clapping and laughing and applauding
Well done.
when they would
Spot
hit
on,
certain
spot on.
milestones. The two people that were doing the fisting had this very like MC type of banter back and forth. But the one lady is up to here in this guy's ass, and the other young lady says, "I've had a session with him before. He can take at least this much," and just draws a line on the other lady's arm. And he did, and everybody clapped and cheered.
Oh my god!
It was
amazing.
wild shit.
So
It
fucking
was
crazy.
so great, yeah.
This is all in like
It
the
was-
convention center, like a holiday.
Yeah,
There's
it's the
some
Sheridan.
shit.
It's at the Sheridan. Yep.
Fantastic.
Sheridan.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
People hold their business meetings at the same
Yeah,
table that a dude is being
absolutely,
fisted the week before.
Yep. It's wonderful.
Something to think about. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, we are going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with Echo.
So I got sized for a bra recently.
Hold on.
And I was a 28F, I think is what she told me I was.
Wow, that's
A 28F.
an odd size combination.
Yeah. They have, what is it, like 60 sizes at
I
this
have
place?
no fucking clue.
Yeah,
how many sizes. It's an absurd amount, though. Apparently, most chicks' tits are sized incorrectly, and we wear the wrong bras. Whatever.
But you should definitely go there and check it out. It's Leah Bella, right? Isn't it?
Annabella.
And is it Annabella?
Yeah, it's Annabella.
Where did I get Leah Bella from?
That's. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, we were talking about porn earlier. Let's jump into the
We're jumping
porn.
right into this.
What's
yeah.
your porn of choice? What
Oh,
gets
genre.
Generally, like pretty hardcore lesbian bondage porn.
Yeah?
Yeah.
hardcore
Straight
lesbian?
up.
Do you just
Yeah.
type that in and it comes right up, or do you have
Generally,
to search?
yeah, Pornhub, just lesbian bondage porn. There's usually something good there soon enough. Doesn't always have to be girl on girl, but it's my women are
That's
prettier.
the go-to. That's true.
I just don't like lesbian porn because it just, I guess because I've had it, it just doesn't look as real to me. Like it's for
Right.
the male gaze.
Right.
I find
It is tailored.
so
Right.
like the sucking on a dildo, like
Right.
that would never happen.
No,
it would
no,
never
no.
happen. Like that
Yeah.
shit is nasty. Like I get the sexual, whatever, but I just wish they would tailor more to like a female audience
Right,
as well.
right.
I don't know. That's
Yeah,
my-
you know,
that-
pisses me off though too is they have like softcore porn where it's really romantic and that's supposed to be tailored to women. Like, no, sometimes
Yeah,
I just want to
no,
see
like-
someone get DP.
Yeah, like it's
like I
But
don't.
romantically, by candlelight.
No.
just do it.
Seal playing in the background. Fucking
Right?
no. I'm good on that. Poured champagne on her titties and shit. No.
Yeah, like lick that shit off.
Yeah,
Lick it
I
off.
don't, I don't need that.
No, I don't need that.
I don't have that much time to watch TV anyway, so.
So you don't want to
I
take
don't
an
wanna
hour
waste,
to
like,
watch
my
a guy
valuable
romance and
porn.
shit.
Yeah,
And like go slow.
right, right.
Have you tried VR?
VR? No.
Oh god,
no, I
that's the
haven't.
new. That's the new
We might
frontier.
be able to get you to do some downstairs. I'll talk to my
Yeah.
my associate.
Shit's crazy.
He might be able to hook you up.
It's like
It
you're
is
there.
crazy.
It's like you're
Yes.
there.
That's crazy.
And you feel like a man. Like the one I was a guy and I had all these girls around me and they were sucking my cock and I was sitting like this and my boyfriend was like, I really like your pose right now, and I'm just like, there's just
Oh
ladies
my God,
everywhere.
I'm all here for that. That's amazing.
But yeah,
Yeah.
VR porn, that's the future.
Wow.
For sure.
Never gonna leave your bedroom. Like
Right?
that's
Yeah, I don't need other people.
All they need is to
That's-
create like a VR device that will like do stuff in
touch the
sync with
titties.
what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's in the works already. It has to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, what was your most embarrassing sexual encounter?
You know, I remember this question the other day, and I was like, I need to think of an answer for that. My most embarrassing sexual encounter, it's probably when I was a teenager, and I had snuck a boy into my house in the middle of the night.
Oh, shit.
And totally got caught in the middle of the act because I'm loud, apparently. And yeah, so my mom caught me in the middle of the act, and I got sent to stay with relatives out of state for most of the summer.
Oh my god!
Oh shit! That's a fucking overreaction.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I have one. I have a real bad one. Also in high school, my high school boyfriend at the time and I were like experimenting with fellatio, right? And I thought it would be a great idea because I'm from the generation where sour candies was like amazing.
Right.
Do you remember that sour spray? That you
Yes.
spray? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it would be like a great idea to spray on his dick. And at first it was fine, and then like halfway through he's like, stop, it's burning, and like he had to run and like shower. My parents are home, and it was real fucking awkward. They're like, what's wrong with him? I was like, he burnt himself. Like it was.
You're like, how?
Yeah, it was.
I was trying to curl his hair, Mom.
Yeah,
Calm down.
that sour spray shit was a bad fucking idea.
No, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I told my story, I think, on the last episode. So
Did you?
the turkey cheese.
Oh yeah, you did. I don't know if I told that one. I might have.
No, you didn't tell it.
Oh, okay, good.
You didn't tell it.
So,
our guest.
Just my embarrassing story wasn't involved.
So what's something that, this is like a different question, what's something that turns you off instantly? Like, what's a pet peeve? Like, you're like, no, I'm not into that.
It's people acting shady and just bullshitting, like, honestly. But other than that,
Is there anything
just
a dude
disrespecting
does?
boundaries, because I'm pretty clear about my boundaries going into something with somebody, and so there's just no excuse to violate those boundaries, and I communicate it so well, and usually it's immediately like, no, we're not doing this. So
I don't like when a dude is like, you're getting it on and they're like, yeah, you fucking like that, huh? You like it? It's like, look, I talk dirty to begin with. If I like it, I'll fucking say so, but don't tell me what you...
Yeah, and
I don't like that shit at all. It's just like,
And sometimes I will definitely, unless I'm super into a submissive role, I'll just be like, no, don't do that.
Because you know what?
Don't do that.
It ain't that great. Slow your roll, champ. Yeah, no. I can't stand that in the bedroom. That's one of my pet peeves.
So I did have a funny experience recently. I have a lady that I date. She's trans and she still has her penis. And so she's hilarious. We have so much fun together, constantly laughing. And it was the first time we were fucking, and which is always a little different. It's definitely different than fucking a man with a penis.
Right.
And, but at one point, I said something about that feels so good, and she stops and looks at me dead in the eyes and drops into like her deep man voice and says, "Yeah, baby, you like that lady dick, don't you?" And that ended it. Like we were laughing so fucking hard. It was time to like stop and smoke a cigarette after that. I was like, I think that's the most fucked up thing anybody's ever said to me in bed, and it was so fucking funny.
Oh my god, let me tell you something. If you don't laugh at least once, if you don't laugh at least once in the beginning or at the end, no.
Yeah.
No.
So that was highly
That's
entertaining.
fucking awesome. Okay, what's a sexual fantasy that you're ashamed or afraid to admit that you...
Well, I feel like I already kind of admitted to those. And I can't really think of anything beyond the
You've never wanted to
like
toss Pee Wee Herman's salad or something?
No, at least nothing that I mean, I don't know. He looks like he could be entertaining enough. But,
1 point for Paul Rubin. If you're out there,
right? But I mean, because he's funny and that's just great. But no, nothing that I can think of that's really like something I'm ashamed to admit.
Good.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
What's the biggest cock you've been with?
Oh my god.
Biggest size. Tell me.
That
Tell me about
was
it.
fairly recently.
Oh.
And I am a bit of a, it's been an exploration.
All right, tell me when to stop.
So, you know, it's so hard to judge, but I don't know. I've been with like long dicks and big dicks, and this guy was the like longest, thickest all at once. But it was a lot, and he's somebody that comes into town every once in a while and I meet up with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I am a bit of a size queen, so it's a lot of
So
fun.
like over 8 then.
Over
you're saying.
8, definitely.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You gotta get that measurement for me.
Yeah.
Just be like, excuse me, whip it out.
They
Thank
all
you.
measure. They all do it.
Yeah.
If they tell you they didn't, they're fucking lying.
Yeah.
Right.
They took a ruler at some point in their little lives.
At some
and-
point, they measured from the top and the bottom and pushed the balls back
Gird.
to make
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would.
I would too.
Absolutely,
Fuck it.
I would.
If I woke up and had a dick for a day, I would just fucking jerk the shit out of it because I want to know if their orgasms feel different than our orgasms.
Right.
I am so fucking curious about that.
Right? Yeah, me too, actually.
Anyways, what age did you lose your virginity?
I was 14.
14.
Yeah, the summer before high school. I just decided to get it the fuck out of the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just like
Honestly, yeah.
let's just do this.
Yeah, pretty much. I grew up in a small town, and it was weird.
was it someone you knew? Was it a
Yeah,
boyfriend?
it was a boyfriend.
Yeah.
The same one that my mom caught me with.
And you were just like
Yeah.
rabbits at that point, so.
Oh yeah, constantly. And I was already on the pill. I'd had a hormonal thing going on earlier, so I was already on the pill. But yeah, so 14. Yeah, not
How
even
old
in
were
high
you?
school.
15.
15?
And I was mad because my mom told me that was the age she lost her virginity, and I wanted to beat her, and I couldn't. But I really wanted to. I was so horny. I needed to have sex. So
Yeah.
I was really horny. I didn't masturbate, so I was extra horny.
Jesus. How do you live?
I didn't start masturbating until I was 20.
A lot of women.
It's a shame thing.
I know, I fucking was doing that shit young age,
Me
man.
too.
Everywhere, all over the
Sharpies,
fucking
anything.
My
house.
mom called it bouncing, and all over the house. And she'd be like, "We do that in our bedroom."
Yeah.
That's
she never,
the right way.
she never shamed me for it. But it
See,
was
that's
always,
awesome.
We do that in our bedroom, and
So do you partake?
yeah, I
in
will
that?
absolutely eat
You-
ass.
you will eat ass.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
things need to be clean, and you
What
know,
What are your thoughts on defecation, urination?
I'm not
into that.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so that's
hard.
a hard
Yeah, I
no.
definitely
hard limit.
have some hard limits. Yeah, and that's no body fluids in general.
Oh, so you don't
Beyond.
like spit?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm okay with
Yeah. I have been in one or two situations, but it's got to be the right person, honestly. But lots of things have to be the right person.
No,
So-
agreed. Absolutely. There's with BDSM, people. Unfortunately, porn really popularizes it, and it's
Yeah.
actually a negative thing
Yeah,
because
it is.
not
It
everybody
is.
is into it. There's a certain level of trust that has
Yeah.
to be there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, not everybody wants to be choked when they're being fucked.
Yeah,
Right.
Not everybody wants to be spanked when they're being fucked. But
or anal,
some people like it.
right,
and boys are going in with these expectations.
yeah, and communication beforehand, especially if you're doing BDSM or anything with kink, communication is the most important part of that because it's even when I'm submissive and I'm giving up the control, it's still within limits that I've set that have been agreed to.
Yeah.
And
Submissives have all the control.
yeah, it's wonderful actually.
Yeah.
It's good for me to give up that control, but then still,
Be in
ultimately-
control?
ultimately, feel safe because I'm only going to do that with somebody that I know.
Yeah, and
is
trust.
yeah.
Absolutely. You don't want to be with somebody who's gonna like tie you up and like leave you there.
No, oh my god,
Yeah.
that's just no.
Yeah. You have to have limits. You have to have your safe word. You have to have things established ahead of time.
Right, and if those things are disrespected, then that's just not somebody that I would trust to ever play with again like that. So
the eating ass thing. I'm going back to this. Is it weird that like I wouldn't be opposed to like a woman's ass, but I feel this is gonna be terrible. I feel like men don't fucking clean themselves.
Yeah,
as well
most
as
men
women.
don't. And if they expect you to eat ass,
Yeah, they
then they
need
really
to-
need to use the same standards of hygiene and cleanliness. Not just like get up in there a little bit and clean it, but like trim the hair. Like I mean,
legit.
If a man wants his ass eaten, he needs to prep that shit. Just because we do. If we know we're going into anal play of some sort, like we prepare. So you know, I mean, we should.
Yeah. No, women do. That's the other thing too. Like we go all out. You know, we shave the legs.
Right.
We do everything. We shower. We smell nice. We look nice. We do all that, and then guys will just come in, like take off their fucking sweaty ass shirt and be like, "Look, fuck."
Right.
And it's like you can't expect the same unless you're like fucking hot and hung like a horse. It's not gonna work out for you every time.
Even then, like if I smell like ball sweat, like I'm not even gonna want to give a blowjob. You know, let alone get anywhere near your ass.
Yeah.
How do you keep your hedges trimmed? Do you keep it all the way trim, or is it
a bald eagle?
I go through cycles. It's bald eagle right now, but I'll definitely. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, so I'll definitely rock some like 80s bush occasionally. Because I'm lazy, you know. Sometimes I'll just let all the body hair grow out.
I love my bush.
feel that.
Yeah.
I love a good bush.
I do too.
I just wish my bush would get thick. It doesn't get thick. It's like
okay, but bush, look. I used to have
a well-trimmed bush.
That's what I'm saying. It's gotta be like you
Yeah.
gotta
It's gotta be well trimmed, and even then I'll still
keep
kind
it
of
tight.
shave up the sides a little bit. Just
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, we are in a gym now where we wear, you know, like booty shorts, all this stuff. We gotta keep this.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
don't
I'm
want to
not
have
gonna-
hair hanging out.
Yeah, no,
hair
It's
is
like nobody
it's
wants
gotta
to
be
be that
neat.
girl.
It's gotta be trim. It's gotta be. I mean, ass is hanging out everywhere for days.
Nope.
There's some nip
gotta keep
slips
it
on
trim.
occasion, you know, that kind of thing.
At the gym,
Gotta
we're
keep
talking
it
about.
trim. Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna see. Hooters in your face. You might, you know. I don't want to be safariing at the gym. Okay, so what's your first memory of masturbation?
Oh, this is an embarrassing story. It was my grandmother on my father's side freaking out at my mother because I was laying next to the couch in the living room doing that when she came downstairs when she was visiting. And I think that's why it's my first memory, because that was when we had to have the that happens in your room talk.
How old were you? Do you remember?
Maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I had this like oversized teddy bear, and I remember I used to like sit on it, and then I would start doing that, and I was like, this was kind of nice, and then it just became this thing, and my mom would be like, teddy bear in the room,
Right.
Teddy bear
In the room.
That's great.
And you didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
When did you start to like?
When I started being like, hey, my clit actually works.
This is a thing.
Well, as you guys know, I'm getting a little personal. I was molested, and when I was molested, like it was hand down the pants, kind of playing with me, and I think that was a big reason why too. Like I was I don't want anyone touching me.
Yeah, don't touch me.
And I think I was 19, and my ex-girlfriend was, you know, playing with my clit. You know, like we didn't do a lot of that. Like at first, it was mostly penetrative.
Right.
And I felt it. I felt like the fiery burn, and I was like, yes, my clitoris
There's
alive! And then there was a point where in my 20s, I was working at Dunkin' Donuts, and I would work nights. I would work the night shift, and I would get home, and my ex would be going to work. So, you know, there was just a lot of disconnect and mismatched schedules.
Yeah.
And I would go in the shower, and I would rub it out, and I would fuck myself, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
That was my
your first?
that was my masturbation awakening.
That was the first time you masturbated? Was
Oh, I don't remember the first time. Like,
You
I
don't?
did it on my own. I couldn't tell you. Like, it was
Okay.
through experimentation, you know. that I found my groove.
Oh.
But that was definitely the first moment where I was like, oh, my clit works, yay!
It's a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle.
And it's funny too because I get very squirmy when like another person does it. I'm like okay myself, but when another person actually hits your clit the right way, it's scary. You're like, no,
you do that like that dirty DJ.
Yeah. Especially if they go into it cold. Have to warm it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I had an incident with that earlier this week. And,
went into it cold.
no, it wasn't that. We were like, you know, getting into it or whatever. And then I was just not there yet. So he was like, oh, I want to play this for a little bit. And I was like, it's too much. Like, it's too sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm close. Just don't. Don't touch. It's like this. Like kryptonite. It's a button and they push it and you go, and it just like fall over sometimes. Right. It just doesn't. Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah. But that's why a lot of times, like if I'm getting it from behind or something like that, like I gotta do it myself.
Yeah.
Like, I know how to.
Right, how to hit it the right way without
Do the
Have you
dirty DJ.
Have you ever had someone who like was able to take your clit and like make you like go crazy, or is it like? So I think a lot of time with partner sex, it is more focused on penetration.
Yeah.
Right. So you know, have you been with anyone who has like mastered like your pussy basically?
Yeah.
Like all parts of it.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Because I think a lot of people lack that in their relationships.
Nope, not me.
Well, it's
Has
once again,
not
like,
happened for me.
communication helps, but I also like if I'm not gonna repeat mediocre sex, so like I'm not.
Hey.
Gonna,
That's a good line
That's
too. That's a good line.
it's not worth repeating, you know.
Yeah.
Like you can take good sex and communicate and turn it into fucking amazing sex, but if it's just not there from the beginning, then it's just.
But here's the deal, like too with that, a lot of guys take shit personally. Like I've realized if I'm in the bedroom with somebody and they're not doing it and I'm like, hey, can you try doing this or that? They usually get like fucking butthurt about it.
Well,
they do not take direction.
They need to try harder.
Man up or get up.
Yes.
I will never fucking forget. I had this amazing roommate in college and she had a dude come over and like he couldn't get her off. So it was this big thing. And then she agreed to try again. And I was in the living room when they come storming down the stairs. The dude had boxers in hand, like fucking. She shoved him out the door. She's like, "Dick ain't shit. You can't make me come. You're not coming back in." And it was so fucking funny. So she was not having it. She was like the second fucking time. She goes, "Done." It was so fucking funny. And I remember just being like, "I wish I could be that fucking mean." Like,
I've never been that mean about it.
that was my bad. I'm sorry, guys. I got excited.
That was Full Hung's mask.
Oh no.
You should probably message him. That's his little reminder. He's like, think about me. Don't forget about me.
Don't forget. I was the first. There. It's back. Sorry. Anyways. Alright.
We're getting too rowdy, ladies.
We're getting rowdy.
We're getting too rowdy.
We need to rein it in. We need to rein it in. Guilty crush. Is there anyone that you are like ashamed to admit you have a crush on this person?
Yes, and I'm still not going. There's a few of those. So what?
One that you're the least guilty about. How about that?
Oh God, he'll kill me. Actually, the artist that.
Oh, really?
Oh shit!
Yes.
Oh, they're actual people.
You're like poking me with those needles, Daddy.
Harder. Yes. I want it to burn.
So yeah, but
What about you? What's a guilty crush you
Right?
have?
Y'all. Okay. Have you seen Revenge of the Nerds?
Yes.
Okay. Like Louis Skolnick. The Carradine, who is just like,
I knew this.
yeah. I would fuck the shit out of that nerd.
amazing.
And Dan Harmon, man. I will fucking.
I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you?
Someone I'm guilty that I want to fuck?
Yeah. Someone who's just got that charisma that pulls you in, but you would never tell anybody that you would definitely fuck them.
I don't know.
You don't have
I
one?
don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I wear I wear my shame proudly.
Right.
Good on you. I was not. Nope. Okay.
I'm trying really hard. I mean, like, I used to think cartoon characters were really attractive, and that's kind of.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Well, there's still cartoon characters.
Yeah.
that
Like
crushes on.
who's your crush?
Mostly anime characters.
Like who?
Spike Spiegel.
Yes!
That would be
Oh my
wild.
God.
Can anybody
And
know
Faye
it?
and
Yeah.
Jet.
No
And
shit. Yeah.
Like
Come
the
on.
entire
The whole
adult
cast of fucking
animal.
Go.
Yes, actually, no, exactly.
Yeah.
Who was your big anime crush?
When I was younger, I think for Inuyasha.
Of course you did.
When you want.
Of course you did.
Right.
We all did.
Of
We all
course.
did.
Sit, boy.
The silver
Come on.
hair.
I was already there.
The
I was
doggy
already
ears.
fucking. And
They
like,
were training us.
yeah, absolutely. Not just that. Like, yeah, she would just be like, sit.
Right.
And he was like, yes. And I was like, mm-hmm. No, I'm not. And also, not even anime, right? But like, I had the biggest crush, and it's really funny because I had a conversation about this, not with you, I don't think, but I Dream of Jeannie. Like, I had a crush on both Major Nelson and Jeannie,
Well, yeah.
and I realized that entire show was like the first BDSM relationship on TV. She was always, yes, master,
Yes,
yes,
master,
master.
yes.
And he was always like, Jeannie, I will take you over my knee and spank you if you don't. And I was like, this shit is fucking brilliant. Like, and it's on network television. And she was always like, anything I can do for your master? Absolutely. What do you want, master? Yes, master. I was like, I could get in a sandwich.
Right.
Jeannie and Major
Right.
Nelson sandwich up and down this
amazing.
fucking bitch.
It's amazing.
I mean, you think about it. It's kind
No,
of fucked up.
It makes sense. It makes sense. What are some names in the bedroom you like? Do you like master? Do you like mistress? Do you like
I like just going
Daddy?
sir.
Do you go
or
with
ma'am.
baby? Do they call you like baby girl or
I don't
what
like
do you?
baby girl.
I don't either.
I like
Princess.
being told that I just like being called a good girl.
Good girl.
And be a
Good
good girl.
girl.
Yes. But yeah, like I prefer like just sir, ma'am usually. But I mean, I will call whatever
Whatever
I'm told
they-
to call somebody in that situation. So
Would you ever switch and be a dom?
yeah,
Yeah.
I've actually thought about it more
Yeah.
recently. With actually somebody I was telling you about earlier.
Mhm.
I was with somebody much younger
Oh,
recently,
yeah.
and what?
torture 'em.
Yeah, I do. At one point, like he pointed
But
out,
it's such a good torture.
yeah,
It's so
he's
good.
he's like I don't know very many positions, and I was just like, oh, I'll teach
Honey.
you.
Yes.
And he had just the most amazing stamina, so you know he's not. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. See, I switch hit.
Yeah.
Like I started as a submissive to someone, and I didn't even realize that it was something that I would kind of like. He just sort of was like, I'm gonna try something. If you don't like it, tell me. And then again, like the good girl thing, I was like,
Right.
right.
Right. Yes.
What am I? Say it again. How can I get you to that again? Yeah, I was all about that shit. And then after a while, I was kind of like, I want to do that, you know? And I did end up switching to the other end of that spectrum,
Yeah.
and I like it, but it would have to be a really fucking worthy man or woman to get me to submit again.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
not fucking about it anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
and for the most part, I've only got, I only have a couple of people that I trust really with that kind of play. Like anybody else is just sex.
There has to be
like,
a connection,
Sex can
too.
be good without that too.
yeah,
So-
there has to be chemistry.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
has to be something else. Like, I'm not talking about like love. What I'm talking about, there has to be like a trust and like
Yeah.
A connection.
a connection. Yes.
Yeah, and I prefer it without like that romantic type of
Oh,
love,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't go
It could
well.
get messy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand about, I think, BDSM. It's not all the time.
Right.
It's not. Sometimes it's more for play. Sometimes it is in couples, but couples don't always
You have
do that.
scenarios too. A lot of people, like a lot of doms, will sit and write out scenarios and how it's gonna play out in the bedroom, and then they act it out, almost like a performance.
Right.
But it's based off of a conversation that they have of what your limit is, what my limit is. I would like to try this. Would you like to try this? And then it's usually on the dom to make that fantasy happen for both of them.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of planning that goes into it, and it could be like an all-day fucking affair, which is amazing.
Right.
Because normal sex is like, I'm kind of horny and we're in the kitchen. Let's fuck on the table. And it's like 15 minutes, you're done, and you're like having a cigarette, whatever. But like, not that, man. That's fucking, that takes prep, especially shibari.
Yeah.
If you're doing shibari, that's an all day affair.
Right.
And it's like draining in the best possible fucking way.
Yeah. So is a lot of like flogger work and stuff like that. It's exhausting afterwards. But it's just.
It's like a pain. It's that
like
line of pain and pleasure.
Yeah.
It takes a toll, just like anything. Like I've compared it. One of my friends, I sat through like a 10-hour long tattoo, and by the end of it, I was like shaking, and I was like, ugh, and I had to go home and go to bed. Like it was exhausting. So if you're going through this like 5 hours long of pain and then pleasure and then pain and then pleasure and denial,
right.
That's fucking it takes a toll for sure.
Yeah, on both people.
Yes,
for sure.
So it's not. You're right. It's not an everyday thing, and you don't have to date the person. Actually, I know couples who like one of their significant others wants nothing to do with that lifestyle, but they have a dom or they have a sub on the side, and it's not romantic. It's just that's.
And if I ever found myself in a serious relationship like that, I would still need to maintain that on the side. As a non-emotional thing. It's good. It can be very cathartic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Very cathartic.
It's awesome. I think that's all we have.
Yeah,
That's a good place to cut it. Well, Echo, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your thoughts on your fetishes and your misadventures. We'll have to do this again once you continue exploring and everything. We'll have you on in a couple of years, and you're like hanging out with these like two Russians who are wearing outfits, and you've got your heels on them and shit.
That sounds like
no, Dimitri, give us drinks.
Yeah, oh my God,
I love it. Right? Look, I'm just planning ahead. Right. I know where this is gonna go.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks so much. Thanks, you guys. And we're off.